Hello friends and welcome back to my bathroom. If we're meeting here, it can only mean one thing. So today is actually a sad day because today is the last musical for our 2022-2023 season tickets. But as mentioned in a previous video, don't fret. We have renewed our tickets for next season, so this series will pick back up in November-ish timeframe. Today's musical is actually one that Mom and I have never heard of or ever seen. I haven't even listened to the music. She probably did. But today's musical is Jagged Little Pill. Okay, so we're not going to use the Strauss Center website to give our description of the musicals anymore because they literally give no information. So, this is from stageagent.com. Based around the music of Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill centers on the Healy family, MJ and Steve, and their teenage children Frankie and Nick. The Healys appear to be the picture-perfect family in their competitive Connecticut suburban neighborhood. Yet pictures can be deceiving. Despite her efforts to keep up with appearances, MJ battles a growing addiction to opiates following a car accident and battles with trauma in her past that she has not yet come to terms with. Steve watches his wife become increasingly withdrawn and distant from him, without knowing why. Meanwhile, their children are battling challenges of their own. Frankie is determined to find her own voice and discover her sexuality, while Nick must balance the pressure of his parents to do well against exposing his own faults in order to make sure justice is served. Exploring a range of sensitive issues, including rape, sexuality, addiction, and racism, Jagged Little Pill presents a vivid, messy, and chaotic portrayal of a modern-day family who deals with their pain and try to heal. I've heard really good things about it, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's all based on Alanis Morissette's music, as the synopsis said, and I know some of her music, and there's songs that I probably know of hers, but I don't actually know if she sings them, so I have to start getting ready. I can't just keep talking. What do I do first? Okay, just do your makeup like I normally do. I'm kind of excited for this one. And depending on if I like doing it this way, there's a few musicals next season that I've never heard of and never seen as well. Well, obviously if I've never heard them, I've never seen them. But maybe I'll take the same approach and just go in with the storyline, but not like hearing the music first. I think Mom prefers to hear the music so she has an idea of what she's getting into. I watch all of these makeup people on TikTok and I have no clue what I'm doing with makeup, so then I think to myself, oh yeah, I could totally do what they do and look the same. No, Kate, no. Like if this looks stupid, just please don't tell me. I mean, tell me, but don't tell me.
Your clothes on?
Enough.
I came to the conclusion of why I did not like the Temptation show. So, when I was in the car, on my way here, I was thinking, why did I not like that show? I did not like that show because I do not like musicals that are all music and very little dialogue. And that play was all music, very good, and little dialogue.
Very little dialogue.
So I don't like plays like that. And that's the real reason why I didn't like it. So today, I have my expectation, I don't have low expectation, I have moderate expectation. Because I think the music will make more sense when I see the play.
So you have listened to the music?
I have listened to the music. So if I
told you.
Yes, so I think that once I see the play and the music together will make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
All right, continue on.
Thanks. It's a very true statement what she said. I didn't put any highlighter on. Now to just do my hair, which once again, I was like, oh, I'm gonna curl it and whatnot. No, I think I'm just gonna straighten it because it's the easiest option. So let me go do that and get dressed. Just now for the record, I am ready and we're just waiting for Mom to put her shirt on.
Did you want to leave earlier?
Well, if we leave earlier, we can eat earlier, and then we can get to the thing earlier. So, Brett, what are you and Titus gonna do today? You guys look dead.
This is what we're gonna do.
No, I think Titus would like to go to the DP.
Maybe in a little bit.
Titus! Hi, buddy! If you didn't already know, I'm obsessed with my dog. Go follow him on Instagram. He doesn't post much, because I'm not very great at keeping it up. Maybe one of these days I will, but until then. We have made it to lunch. Yes. All right, for the last time for a few months, here's what we got.
Same as last time. Oh no.
You can just take a guess what I got.
That's what I want, right? Yeah. You're taking it. You're a crazy person. All right.
They just changed the set.
But it's
So a quick pre-show note, hopefully you can hear me, is we are seeing none of the original cast. It's all swing and ensemble people playing the main characters this show.
maybe
So
we'll like it more.
we will see how it is. All right, we are here to give our review on Jagged Little Pill. With Mom's interruption earlier in the day, this did have a good mix of dialogue
Yes.
and music.
Yes. So yes.
So we have now come to the conclusion that
Yes.
we really enjoy musicals that have a good amount of dialogue and music, not
Yes.
where the music is all in the story, and if there's no music, then it's a play, like To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes, but this was a very nice mix of music and dialogue. Yes.
So, one thing that we have talked multiple times about, and this show would have gotten an F with, is the mixing of the singers and the band.
Yes.
It's so strange that a large theater can have so many problems mixing their music. But you said it, a lady agreed with us in the audience.
Yes. She was going out to the restroom or whatever and heard our comment and she said, yes, I totally agree. So
The music seemed louder than the singing.
the one thing that was incredible, even though the music was very loud and they had an ensemble, you could pick out the lead singers when they were in an ensemble and they were singing maybe something a little different. You could pick out their voices, which kind of amazed me in that whole mixing of stuff.
Not to say you couldn't hear everything. It did make sometimes the music hard to hear the words that they were
Right.
singing. So that was one kind of bummer, but I don't think it really took too much away from our total experience.
And experience is an excellent word to use to describe this play because this play had so many levels of stuff. It was just a big emotional show. Everything, but every piece of it, except for the set, which was very simplistic, but that also played right into it.
Yeah. It's really interesting because when you see this show advertised, it was saying something with like, some shows you see, some shows you feel. And that is exactly what happened. I almost feel like not knowing anything about this kind of really also helped us feel it more. This production has a big, I'll say a big cast, but a lot of them are in the chorus.
Yes.
And the chorus play a really important part. They're all dressed in black, and the way that they dance and the way that they present themselves, our interpretation of it is that all of the chorus people were like the demons that people are facing day after day. From the dancing, that was phenomenal dancing.
Yes, and you could really see in some of the spots where there was like anger or there was whatever it was, the dancing really reflected the emotion. So you not only have these singers belting out these songs, but you have this other piece of it where you have these dancers dancing out all that emotion, and it was incredible. It was incredible.
That's one thing that I think we both have agreed about, is that the acting in this show was over the top. In a good way, not a bad way.
Yes.
It was yes. Phenomenal. From where you were sitting, you really could. This was such a show. You could feel how the emotion they were portraying on the stage, you like felt it in your core.
I mean, I got goosebumps during the show more than once. And one of the songs, when one of the gals did this song, it was so emotionally charged that when she was done singing, she got a standing ovation.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of the show,
oh my God,
she got a standing ovation when she was done, because it was just
incredible.
Yep. I'm still a little in shock that I loved this show as much as I did, considering that I was really not looking forward to seeing it.
There was one song that, as it was performed, I will be honest, I sat there in amazement. This song, the performance was in reverse.
They sing the song normally, but all the action
is in reverse.
All of a sudden she's singing, and then all of a sudden she walks into this thing, and then it's like you're watching it rewind. The whole, what you have just seen up to that point.
Yeah.
You see this whole scene, and then up to this point, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a minute, they're moving stuff, and this is in reverse.
It was so seamless.
It was impeccable.
Yeah. My mind was so blown of how perfect it was.
Yes. There was a scene in the end where, so we talked about how the dancers were, like, some of the dancers were portraying the emotion that was involved. And there's a scene at the end where when you realize what's happening, it is just, again, an incredible scene that you don't even know, like, do I want to listen to the words, or do I really want to watch what's going on? Because it was done. It was spectacular. It was spectacularly done. Between the character and the demon, we'll say demon. And what was interesting was, in that particular instance, the dancer, the dancer and the main character were dressed the same. So there was no doubt in your mind what they were trying to portray.
Yeah. One thing that we haven't talked about yet is the set. If you want to picture this set, if you've ever seen the musical of Dear Evan Hansen,
yes,
the sets and how they work are very similar, where both of them had some digital screens that portrayed like a house or the outside or an alleyway, for example. And that was your background. And then there were pieces of furniture that would come on to,
like a sofa,
help the illusion.
Right.
So the set really was very simple.
Yes, but very effective.
Very effective.
Yes, and I liked because they did one of the consistencies between everything with what they did was they always had the roof or the roof line.
Yeah. I will say the one thing that I did not like about the set is there was the way that the set was and where the band was.
Oh,
the band was like on top of this. But I think I got a picture. I'll throw it in here. But it's like on top of. They were like on top of a loft, which I didn't mind. I didn't mind that's where they were. What I minded is that they seemed to. There was normally like something that was in front of them, and when a stage came out from underneath the loft, normally you still wouldn't see them. There was still the black like curtain.
Yes.
But there were just a few times where they did like the curtain came all the way up, and you saw the band, and I didn't think that was necessary all the times it happened.
Yeah.
They showed the band a little too much.
Yeah, and you really didn't need to see them.
But we really liked the set.
Mm-hmm.
It's very eye-opening. Mm-hmm. This show
Really just makes you kind of think about your own family and your own self.
yeah, and how you treat people.
And how you treat, definitely how you, yes. Yes.
So this show, it's I don't know what else to say.
I don't either.
I think that really covers. There's a lot we could talk about, but without, with the limitations of putting this on the internet,
Well, and
we don't want to get into all the nitty gritty, and we don't want to
Right.
give too much of the story away.
Right.
But with that, our ratings.
Well, I can go first. 9. For me, a 10 has to be something I'd want to go see again. And I don't think I would want to go see this again because if I did go see it again, I would have to wait a long time because it really is an emotional show and you get so involved in everything and every aspect of it. So that's why I have to give it a 9, but a 9 plus maybe.
I would give this musical a 10.
Yeah.
I think this is a musical that each time you see it, you're gonna catch something different because of all the different moving parts.
Yes.
And maybe the mix would be better. In the beginning, I was a little skeptical, like up to the first act, I was a little skeptical of like because I'd read the synopsis and I was kind of like, I'm not really sure still of what is happening. And then the second act progresses and it all just starts clicking and you go, oh my goodness, you get the goosebumps, you get the feels. Yeah, this would rank up next to Wicked. So, would you recommend it?
Yes.
I would definitely recommend at least seeing it once. And
Yes.
with the understanding of how emotionally heavy it is, that you may
Yes.
not want to see it more.
Or soon.
Or soon after.
Thereafter. It was
It was chef's kiss.
superb.
Very, very good. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this series or this show, feel free to, give this video a like and comment down below.
Yeah, like if you see any of these shows and think that we're nuts for our rankings and stuff,
Let us know.
I would love to know.
Make sure to subscribe so you do not miss our next musical review video. Until next time, bye.
Bye.